house, and they are known as the grower's grower. So when folks are looking for something distinctive and unique for their clients, they actually run to Cottage Farms. This is the Caribbean Sunset 4-in-1 tropical hibiscus tree, and this is a screaming value, and I actually am gonna buy it. I had a Cottage Farms hibiscus tree, and unfortunately, I had it for the full summer, and then unfortunately there was a cold snap, and I was like, oh my gosh, and I forgot to bring it in. So now I'm getting a new one. It is $59.94, 6 easy payments of $9.99. This is a price that should be $81 and change. We're saving you close to $22, but beyond the savings, I had two, and I was just a dodo bird because I was like, I don't really know if I want to bring them in. You're supposed to bring them in. If you're in a climate like mine, it's a little chilly. So this is braided. Every time somebody came to my house, they talked about it. They were like, oh my gosh, the trunk is braided. How the heck? It's braided, and when you come on up, and now I have envy, I didn't have the 4-in-1 with 4 different colors. I had the 3-in-1. So Cottage Farms is always making things better and better, and I think I actually paid more for mine. So $59.94, 6 monthly payments of $9.99, ships to you for free. Katie Dubow is on the phone with us. She is one of our experts when it comes to Cottage Farms. Katie, how are you this evening? Thanks for being with us.
I'm good, Rachel. How are you?
Great. You know what? I was telling the story about the fact that I owned one of these and I'm buying new ones again. But tell us why this is, or what's so special about this. I think it's special, but how about if you tell us?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's what we look for when we're all maybe on these staycations at home. We want bright, bold color when we go out to our back patio or to our porches. And this is what this plant provides. It provides that 4 bright, bold tropical colors that make you feel like you are in some tropical island. And you said it with that braided trunk. It is this little work of art in your garden, in your own backyard, and you don't have to go anywhere.
And it comes already growing. I mean, the reality is that you are sent a tree. So I had my big old pot, which I think was 18 or 20 inches across. I planted it myself. I was super impressed with myself, by the way. And again, I had 2 of them because I wanted to have a focal point in my backyard, and it was beautiful, and all my neighbors were like, where did you get this? This is actually already how many years old, Katie?
That's right. These are 2-year-old baby trees that we have been growing and hand braiding at the farm in Alabama. And so the tree can grow at its maturity to 10 feet tall. The one you have there is, a good 4 or 5-year-old tree. But you're right. Look at that ship sample. It is a mature tree. People have been already getting theirs because some of our zones are open, and they're posting pictures on my Facebook page. It comes out of the box blooming. I mean, look at it's covered in buds. This thing is ready to bloom for you nonstop from when you get it all the way through, Rachel, until you bring it inside before that first frost.
I know, you know what, and I missed it. I was like, oh man. So yes, you do have to,
so fast.
Yeah, you do have to bring them inside. I have to give you an update on what's happening. Over 4,000 of these have been ordered already today. I have fewer than 1,800 to go around, and most people are picking up more than one. Here's the other thing, Katie, is that right now, when we are going to be outside enjoying our yards, like our own personal outdoor space is really kind of where we are, and you're doing all those FaceTimes and Zooms and Skype calls, why don't you sit in a deck chair next to your tropical hibiscus tree, great framing, all your Instagram and beautiful pictures, like this is the background. Get multiples at under $10. Like I said, I bought 2. And I had 2, and then again, I was new and didn't realize the frost thing. And remind us, Katie, so what should we do? Because if somebody's in the South, can they leave it out all year? And then somebody like me who's in the North, we need to bring it in. What's the story on this?
Unless you live, that's why we call this a tropical and not technically an annual, because it does live year after year, unlike something like our sun patience. So this plant in tropical climates, I would say like southern Florida, if you're that zone 9, zone 10, you're really hot.
Okay.
You can leave it outside all year round, but if you're like the most of the country, I would say be right before that first frost, or even depends on where you live, of course. But our first frost here could happen in October. You want to bring it inside. But Rachel, mine, I have one indoors. It bloomed for me in around December. It's blooming again now because the light's getting brighter in spring. I haven't brought it outside yet because it still can be, Mother's Day for us is that last frost date. But it still blooms for me indoors, but I just put it in a sunny window, and that's all that it needs.
I love it. And the colors, remind us of the colors again, because you used to have a 3-in-1, and now this is a 4-in-1.
Well, we had to step it up, make you want one even more.
Yes.
But yes, there's a beautiful peach color. There's that red, bright, bold red. There is a yellow, and then you've got more of a, that pinky with that bright red center. So all these 4 tropical colors, they look so good together, and they're all growing on that one tree, so you don't need to worry. There's no care that you need to do. The one thing we do suggest, because it's in a container, and any of our container-grown plants, I do suggest you fertilize them, because they just don't have that access to the soil. So just one of those little pods per gallon of water, and they will take care of your tree.
So here's what I suggest. I suggest getting a couple for yourself, and I also suggest sending them to a loved one. I mean, think about it. My family is out in the Bay Area. I could easily do a build to, ship to, and you guys would ship it right to my family, and they would just drop it in their container, and every time they looked at this beautiful tropical hibiscus tree, they would think of me. Maybe you're gonna send it, maybe one of your parents or one of your siblings is actually alone. We're all actually managing in different situations. Some of us are in households alone. Some of us are in households where we've got little kids, and all of a sudden we're school teachers and working and Zoom conferencing all day. Some of us are a couple, and we actually have more time on our hands. So you want to enjoy something in your backyard that's just beautiful. But whatever scenario you're in, I don't think any one person would say, I don't think a beautiful flower would make me happy. And in this time when we're trying to stay connected and we're trying to find ways to show love, what a great idea of a plant that someone will continue to nurture, like they'll continue to care for. So every time someone comes out to water it, they think of you, the gift giver. Every time someone looks out their window and sees it, they think of you. I've got to give you an update. Over 5,000 now have been ordered today. I have fewer now than 1,300 to go around. And at this price, when this should be an $80 investment, we're under 60 bucks. And we also have the easy pay and the free shipping and handling and the grower's guide. That's what I had in my hand that I wanted to share with you. I am not necessarily the best grower ever, but when this came to my home, I was like, okay, well, I know what to do, because for best results, follow instructions, Rachel. Follow instructions, and this has all the instructions on what to do when you get your plant home. And I gotta tell you, Katie, I was super impressed, because when mine came home, I'm not holding this properly, when mine came home, it was blooming already. Like, I had flowers on my tree, my 2-year-old tree already.
Yes, so it will be loaded with buds, and what happens with hibiscus, new flowers open daily. So flowers will be open the day that you will get it, and then every day new buds will be coming behind it. So I love what you were saying about sharing with your loved ones. We're calling that this season Plant One Forward, because you find so much joy in gardening, so how can you share that joy and that love with somebody else?
That's right, and the other thing is that it's so easy. This isn't something where someone has to have a big, huge plot of land. You can send it to the person who's got an apartment. You can send it to the person who actually is living indoors. Can this be indoors by a sunny window, by the way?
So it could. I would say it would thrive if you could open your window. Just
sun.
It needs that like 6 hours of sun a day. So it would do best with pulling it outside in the summer to get that heat.
Perfect. M67072. Katie, thank you so much. I so appreciate you being with us. Please don't wait on this, because it is a screaming opportunity. And instead of $82, we're looking at under $60 and under $10 to get it home. I want to share with you, I'm going to change hat color. Can I have another color? This is coming up by, oh my goodness,